Hi, everybody. My husband and I are just completing the budget coaching program, and it's really been a blessing to us. And we have 1 week left, and it's going to be our celebration week. But this past week, God's really been talking to me about stewardship and how important it is for every area of our lives, and including our relationships, not just our finances, our health, just really every area. It is pretty amazing how much stewardship has to do with our walk with the Lord. Chuck Bentley called it redemptive stewardship. And I just wanted to share a little thing with you that God showed me today. So when I first decided to do better or steward our finances better, the first thing I did was I made room on my phone's home screen. And what I did was I consolidated all of my finance apps onto one screen. That's the first thing I did. Bank, credit cards, every bill pay app. I put all the financial things on the same screen on my phone so that they would be easy to find. The second thing I did when I stepped into stewardship with finances was I made room in my week. I created what I called Finance Friday. And every Friday, I take some time and look at all my accounts. That's all it is. Just open them and look at them and look at my activity from the previous week and look at what bills are coming up. When I go into Finance Friday, I have a notebook here and I write down what I did that week, whatever bills I paid. I write down maybe on a piece of paper whatever comes to my mind that needs to be handled for the next week. And I have this literally on an envelope. This is weeks 1 through 4. Each bill that's due, week 1 of the month, week 2 of the month, week 3 of the month, and week 4 of the month. It's super simple. And I have on there whether I have it set up on an auto payment or not, so that I grab that, I look and see what needs to be done that week. That's the most urgent. But just by building time in your week to put your eyes and your mind on everything financial in your life, it's such a simple way to be stewarding your finances and be trustworthy, be a faithful steward. And that's what God's looking for. Faithful stewards who have a system in place that He can trust to give more even. So the next thing I did was I had this folder, simple finances folder. That way anything that comes up or comes in the mail or that I print out goes in this folder. It's just got everything in it. The good thing about Finance Friday is all through the week, if something comes up in my mind that I need to do concerning finances, I automatically have this relief that, I'm going to do that on Friday. So that goes over to my desk or to the finance folder, or even in my mind, it goes to a Friday compartment, which clears up my mind. And I know I'm going to come to it on Friday and handle everything. So this week, the Lord reminded me of a story in the Bible in 2 Kings 4. And it begins in verse 8, and it's about the Shunammite woman who had a room built onto her house for the man of God. And it says that she asked her husband, can we build on a room for the man of God, and let's put in there a bed, and let's put a desk, a chair, and a lampstand. And then when he comes by, he can turn in there. And it made me think of my desk and my chair and my lamp, and how that when the Lord comes by, He can turn in here and He can see that I'm being a faithful steward. And not only that, I can spend time with Him here, praying and asking for His wisdom and receiving His wisdom. And even just this past week, I've added this 40 days of prayer for my finances. I can pick that up and pray while I'm doing my finances. But one thing that the Lord's been talking to me specifically about this week is stewarding my time. many of you know these as time blocks. But the Lord mentioned to me, along with that story, is that these are like time bricks. And with these time blocks or these time bricks, we can build a room. Build room in your week for finances. Build room in your day or your week for the Lord. So that when He comes by, He can turn in there. And I thought that was so cool, because build room in my heart for God. You can use this to be a good steward in lots of areas of life, but for the purpose of finances, take some of these blocks and build room in your week for your finances, just to look at everything. And when you've made that habit a priority in your finances, then God will begin to be able to trust that He can begin to bless you more. So that's all I have. Be encouraged. And I also wanted to share a book with you that I read this week. God's really been laying it on. But this book has been amazing. It's a little book from Chip Ingram called The Genius of Generosity. I recommend this book 100% and more. It's about stewardship and generosity and joy. Enjoy.